you have found Texas Steampunk Connection. I'm Flavio.
And I'm Thax. We are your source for steampunk event information in the great free state of Texas.
Yes, we also review steampunk movies, books, comics, and games.
Also, we're going to talk with celebrity guests from the local steampunk community.
Alright, thank you for tuning in, and now on with the episode. Well, hello! This is episode 16 of Texas Steampunk Connection, and man, we have had an upsurge in likes.
If you listened to our show last episode 2 weeks ago, you know we were at Steampunk November, and we're still kind of riding high on that.
It was a blast, show. And boy, thank you everybody. We got a lot of likes on Facebook after that show.
So we need to give out some thank yous.
Yes, first off, Shane Richmond, he's the guy who basically he put the whole thing together.
Well, he has a
land.
team, but
it's his land,
his property, and it's his party. And it's funny. I kept hearing about him, but I had no idea who he was or what he looked like.
Did you meet him?
No.
Oh, neither did I.
But then after I came home, I found him on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that guy! I saw him wandering around all weekend. Because, of course I did.
Yeah, it's his place. Why wouldn't he be there?
But because I really wanted to say, hey, this show is awesome, and we're having a great time, and thank you.
All right, keep it up, and we'll be back. Yeah.
So I'm sorry I didn't get to tell him in person, but it's just fantastic. Also, we had a couple of interviews in the last episode. Frenchie and the Punk was the first interview on there, and they were a blast. Mm-hmm.
And thank you. They gave us a little shout out on Facebook, and I think that helped. That was very great of them. I like that.
And then we got to interview
Judas and Magnolia Strange, the escapologist, and they were fun too. I like them a lot.
They had a great show we'd never seen before, which is it's great to see a new show that for the first time. And they gave a shout out to us, and so we really appreciate them. If you're listening because you heard about us from either of these two acts, these wonderful people, let us know. Yeah, welcome. We're glad you're listening.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was really shocked at how many likes we picked up over the last couple of weeks, and I'm very happy about it. Let's keep it up. Tell your friends. It just makes me feel loved. Okay.
And speaking of telling friends, we are trying to get out and be more available on the internet. If you hadn't noticed, last episode is our first YouTube.
Yes, now on YouTube.
It's
not
there's
video.
Nothing to look at, but it's the same show on YouTube for people who aren't really podcast listeners. But YouTube is easily available to you, and we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And maybe actually make some videos sometime. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm a little worried about that because, like I said, I got a face for radio.
You ugly.
Yeah, I'm ugly. But my mama says I'm not, but, she's my mama.
She's a saint.
Yes, my mom's a saint.
And also we are hoping to work with a online TV channel called Fanboy TV.
Yes.
And we'll be listed on their sites starting this coming year.
As soon as we work out the logistics.
Which
are probably not that bad or difficult. We're just lazy.
We got a whole month to figure it out.
Yeah.
But they do all kinds of, mostly video, YouTube and streaming stuff.
Yeah, you've been on a few of those videos with your friend, with your
yeah,
writing partner.
my friend Chris.
Adventures in LARP?
Right. They have the Adventures in LARP podcast. They've got fan service podcast where they just talk about all geeky things from video games to movies to, I don't know, anything.
Right. Geeky stuff, right.
And so sort of a zombie monologue-y thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just they got a number of different shows there worth checking out.
And apparently we'll be partnering. Not really. I don't know. Partnering is the right word, but we'll be connecting with them.
We'll be riding on their coattails.
Yeah, there you go.
Starting next year, maybe. I hope. So we're gonna give regular shout outs to them.
So yeah, like I said last episode, we had a couple of interviews with Frenchie and the Punk, and Judas and Magnolia Strange, the escapologist. And now this episode, I have another interview with Marco, the Dark Professor.
That's
you may
right.
have seen him around at different steampunk gatherings. He has his mask on and everything.
He's got a number of costumes.
Yep.
He's
He's also a steampunk Riddler.
So he's really into cosplay, steampunk. He's out of San Antonio, and you got a chance to sit down with him some weeks ago.
Yeah,
and
so
talk
was at a
about-
comic book convention. He was just a Doctor Strange. He nailed that. He nailed that one.
Oh, I bet.
It was really good. Yeah, he's a cosplayer. He's a model. He's been in a few magazines and a bunch of websites, and he's a model. He's diesel punk. He has a diesel punk outfit, and he's just a really cool guy. He's a lot different than his actual Dark Professor personality in real life. You'll hear about it in the interview. And after the interview, we'll be doing our regular what's coming up this month in steampunk events. So
sit back, enjoy the interview with the Dark Professor.
yes. So here we go. Okay, now another recording of Texas Steampunk Connection. I am at the Alamo City Comic Con, and I'm here with the Dark Professor. It's you say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick little interview talk here. He's been in the steampunk community for a while. I'm going to start off with what I normally ask people with. How did you discover steampunk, and what is steampunk to you?
Okay, how did I discover steampunk? I think it was about like almost 6 years ago, I saw the crew of Airship Isabella. They actually came to San Japan, and I saw them, and I went, wow, what are these guys?
It's like, you're
You
just
know?
different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, they're not exactly. I was like, I saw like a steampunk Mad Hatter, and then I saw the airship captain, and I saw him in full gear, and I went, you know what? That's kind of cool. And that's when I just like was barely, maybe I think 6 months into cosplay. So I went, ooh, you know what? I want to take my cosplay already a step further.
A new direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
And as soon as I saw them, I went full head onto the. I think it was at IKECON about 6 years ago. I went to the very first the steampunk panel, and it was actually Ben Habe, and I don't know if you remember him. He's from.
He does sound familiar.
He's one of the Sky Dogs,
Okay.
and he actually did his first panel, and he had Airship Isabella there too. And I went to their first panel, and I went, okay, I want to get into this. Yeah, I get into this. So
Yeah, the Airship Isabella people were all over the place back in
yeah,
the day.
yeah. Back then they were around everywhere.
But they
Yeah.
moved out of state, didn't they?
Yeah, they're actually now in New Orleans.
Right.
So, and it's kind of sad. They do come back in a while to Texas. I think they go to Dickens on the Strand every once in a while.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so they go there. But yeah, and then when I saw them, I said, okay. And then I talked to them. I said, hey, I noticed that you guys are airship pirates. Do you happen to have like any, like, I know you're technically the good guys. So I said, do you have any actually bad, evil characters? And they said, not really. And I went, okay. Can I, it's like, can I make an evil character? Like, yeah, sure. If you want, you want to do it. So that's why I came up with
The Dark
with
Professor?
The Dark Professor, yes.
Awesome.
And the Dark Professor, pretty much what he is, how I came up with it, and this is going to relate to what I think
Steampunk is.
Steampunk to
Okay.
me, is I'm always more into the Sherlock Holmes stuff, and then I'm really into of course, the H.G. Wells, and
Yep.
the Jules Verne stuff.
Yep, all pretty standard.
So
Yep.
pretty standard, and of course Wild Wild West.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
Even though I know that movie's kind of like
The movie was
eh.
bad. I've been watching the TV show,
Yes.
the old black
Yeah,
and white TV
yes,
show.
yes, I was
and
into
it's,
the TV show
it's
for
corny, but it's fun.
Yes,
You
I
know?
remember watching it way back, like when it was in rerun in the '80s. I remember that because it came out like in the '60s.
Yeah,
or something
I
like
never watched it when it came out. I didn't watch
No.
any reruns. I've been watching it on Netflix recently.
Oh, really? Right? Yeah,
You
I
know,
know.
but-
I remember watching it like as a kid back in the '80s, and I thought it was kind of cool. And
It's a fun little show. Yeah.
But I never knew what steampunk was until finally.
Yeah,
about
I don't think they even thought they were
no.
steampunk. They were
No,
just
they weren't.
crazy
Yeah.
West, Wild West.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and no, I remember seeing steampunk even way back in the '80s, but I never knew what the heck it really was. And
Yeah,
I never
exactly.
actually had a full name until like in the 2000s. I started to see, okay, now, and so and then I'm into the whole, and then I think this was when the Sherlock Holmes movies with
Okay. Rodney Downey Jr.
yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Came out, and he started talking about Professor Moriarty.
Moriarty, yeah.
And
he's
then
the
I
bad
was
guy.
like, wait a minute. And I said, wait, what in case Moriarty had sort of kind of like a protege? And I said, you know what? I want to be his protege. So what happens when Moriarty sort of dies, you know, in the Reichenbach Falls, and he actually got killed? I said, what happens to his organization? Because really in the movies, they never really explained what happened to all his guys.
Right,
He
yeah.
had a whole legion of guys. And
Helping
they just
him out, yeah.
and they pretty much were gone. And I'm like, what happens? Maybe somebody who took over. So basically, I created an entire backstory. I mean, this is the first time I ever made a full backstory.
Nice.
And people were impressed. Were like, wow, you really got into it, Marco. And they were like, yes, you really got into it. And so I made a whole backstory. I mean, I made pages and pages of it. And I said, well, when in case he had sort of one of his little intern guys, and he was sort of his like brightest student. And I said, well, what happens is say he sort of like Moriarty sort of seduced him into the dark side. I said, look, I'll give you wine, women, money, power, and all that stuff. And the Dark Professor loves the ladies, so
Hey, why not? Yeah, sounds like a good offer.
Yeah. He's like, okay. So I said, okay. So he got me into it, and I wrote a whole story about like how I worship Moriarty as a god.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, he was my savior. He was that. And basically, you know, and he left me with a couple of his guys left over. I said, I'm gonna go take care of this Sherlock Holmes guy. Okay, awesome. While you take care of him, I'll take care of the rest of the guys. Well, he never returned.
So you were left in charge.
I was left in charge.
Awesome.
And so I created the whole thing, and the whole Dark Professor got into it, and surprise, my character took off big time in the steampunk community. I was really shocked that how many fans I actually had, and I was like, wow, I actually have a ton of like all these I think there were a bunch of like let's see, RPG fans, like LARPing fans.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't realize I had a huge LARPing
That's-
community fan base. And then I don't know if you've ever seen my Dark Professor, but hopefully he'll show a picture.
Oh
there.
yeah, I'll show a picture.
Yeah, I'll show a picture, but my whole crow mask
Yeah,
kind of thing, and I actually got a huge following in the fetish community as well, which is kind of funny too. And I was like,
You're like, wait a
okay.
minute. Well, okay.
I wasn't, but I take fans because everybody thought it's like, oh, we love your whole fetish look. I'm like, technically it's not a fetish look. It was supposed to be a sort of a Dark Professor steampunk, but it was my dark steampunk, and then I found out that actually I joined up with my friends actually at let's see, of my steam engine intrepid people.
Okay.
We joined a group, and we made a whole dark legion of dark steampunk people. And I remember for a while there was a ton of people who actually wanted to join us, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to be an airship
You
pirate.
were the cool kids. Yeah.
We want to be a dark guy, you know, and we didn't have an airship because the Dark Professor is sort of afraid of flying. so we have a hover, kind of like a war train.
It's like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll stay down here. You guys.
Everybody has the airship. Everybody has the airship. We have
I like
a war
that.
train.
Something different. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
so we
no
went
airship.
completely a whole different way. We were all dressed in dark, and everybody thought, you know, to say we're not the goth kids. No, we were sort of the evil version of the steampunk empire. So
I
that's how
I
it
get
came
it now.
out.
Yeah,
it came out
that's pretty
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
I mean, so steampunk. What steampunk is? You know, a variety of things. I mean,
Yes,
it's
yes.
you know
Yeah.
we call it West. I mean, we call it Wild West. We call it. I mean, diesel punk even kind of falls
Yes,
into it.
and I did that too.
And
now.
yeah, I mean, it's just a big, wide variety of things.
Yeah.
Like I said, my group, you know, with me and Thax and Erica,
Right.
you know, we're not pirates either. We call ourselves we're Roosevelt Adventuring Society. That's who we are.
Right.
And we, you know, our characters, if you can call them characters,
Right.
it's more for pretty much just us.
Right, of course.
But we're just a bunch of rich drunk folk, and we're catching rides with these other people. With you know, oh, you have
Right.
an airship, you have a bar, awesome.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
Oh, what do you mean the bar's empty? Oh, time to find another airship, you know, kind of thing. That's how we travel around.
True, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, when my character were like, yeah, he wasn't really a rich guy. He was just more like a nerdy guy. And then all of a sudden he became like, but now he's, you know, he sort of inherited an empire. So it's like, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really rich in real life,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
but we
yeah.
pretend like we are. You
Right,
know?
exactly, yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
That's about as much role playing as we do with our characters.
Right.
But you know, because like everyone, like you said, everyone was having pirates and
Right.
airships and everything, and so we didn't want to do that. We
Right.
don't want to do that. I mean,
And
because
then-
having an airship sounds like work. We don't-
I remember when Airship Isabella created the whole the Order versus I forgot what was their name.
I never really got into them. I knew them,
I
but
forgot what their what the good guys were, and I forgot it was the Order, and I can't remember what the extra powers were. And I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't
because I was one of the first members of the Order.
Okay.
And I remember, and as soon as they created the Order, like, yeah, we gotta have
You gotta have
the
an
Dark
opposite.
Professor. Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to have the Dark Professor, and they were like, yeah, hey.
Yeah,
you
so
go.
I
Yeah.
knew them. I ran across
Right.
them everywhere I went, but I never was able to break into the
Yeah.
circle or conversation with them. They were
Right.
friendly enough, but not that friendly to
Not
me.
friendly, exactly.
You know,
I know.
they were on they were on a little clique.
Exactly.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's, I mean, everyone has
Yeah.
cliques and everything,
Yeah.
but I try to be more open. I'll
Right,
talk to
right. Yeah.
I'll talk to anybody. You know.
And then finally, like, let's see, Jim Trent. I don't know if you know him as well. Let's see, Jim Trent actually, he did the whole. Oh, I'm sorry, the Scars. There it goes. He's the Scars versus the
Okay.
Order, and he even made a card game. And I even
Yes.
have a
Twisted
card.
Skies.
Yeah, Twisted Skies.
We
there it
just
is.
Fax and I just
Yes.
played that a couple weeks ago,
Yes,
and we
and,
reviewed it,
Yeah,
and it was
and
fun.
I'm in there.
Yeah,
I'm in there.
I had your card.
Yeah, I'm in there. Yeah,
You didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but actually, I found out that my character was really popular, and I was like, really? I was like,
I used your
yeah,
card. It was one of the
yes,
ones I had for my crew,
yeah,
but
they're like, yeah, because my character is so much into Tesla stuff, and you see a lot of my props
Yeah,
that I make. I'm always
another thing,
based
you're
on-
definitely-
on a
you're-
lot of,
you're a
like,
maker for
I
sure.
do a lot of see, Nikolai
the
Tesla
blinky
props,
lights and
all
stuff.
the blinking lights, all my Tesla boxes, all my little props I make, and
Do you have a website that you put pictures up on, or
I
on
pretty much just
Facebook,
put
or-
them on my Facebook. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see them on there.
Do you have two Facebooks? Do you have Marco and then do you
I
have the Dark
my-
Professor as well?
Yeah, I have a Dark
Okay.
Professor. I even have my San Antonio Riddler as well. So-
Okay,
so
I don't have those. I'll look those up.
Yes. So, and I do my steampunk Riddler there. I pretty much integrate steampunk almost into every character
Yep.
I've done, except for this Doctor Strange.
Well, yeah, but Doctor Strange is magic. There's no steampunk involved
Yeah,
there.
well,
Well, a little bit, but not
you can
really.
I know, and I see that I had some people ask me, "Is like, you're gonna make a steampunk Doctor Strange?" I'm like,
He's
maybe
pretty cool as he is.
He's pretty cool, but maybe in another year or so, maybe I get bored. And
Yeah, change it up. Yeah, no,
I
don't
do,
change it
but,
up, yeah.
But yeah, I've done that to pretty much everything, and I've recently got a lot into the diesel punk as well.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of diesel punk. I do a lot of World War II type of.
I saw that. You're
stuff.
also I've seen some of your costumes. You're a
Right.
model now too. People-
Yes, I've done
Are you in a
modeling.
You're in a magazine?
I've been in magazines. I've been in the book. I was actually in Dr. Grimm's. I don't know if you remember. He goes by the name Joey now, but like Dr. Grimm used to be a real big steampunk guy back.
I've never met the guy.
He's pretty exclusive. He's pretty like reclusive guy. He maybe. He's out in California.
Oh, okay.
He does really mostly movie props, really.
Okay.
But
What?
he did a book. He did the 1,000 best cosplays or whatever, and he had a steampunk section there. He put me in there.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'm like number 100 and something.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but you're in the book. But
Yeah,
you're in
I'm
one of the
there.
best.
I'm
There
like
you go.
number whatever.
That's awesome.
And-
the
and-
Dark Professor costume.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in a Dark Professor
Costume.
in there. So yes, he put me in there, and it was pretty cool. And I was like, well, first time I ever came out of a book. And yes, I've been in magazines, but I've done the recent magazines. I did more of the diesel punk stuff, and I did the steampunk Riddler as well. So
Yeah, it's like
So-
I see you
Yeah.
all the time, and you're always with
Yeah.
some really beautiful woman too.
I'm
so.
That's
How do
what
I
everybody
get?
always says to me that.
Yeah,
how the hell did you get a pretty girl to take a picture? Just ask them.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the
Yeah.
shoot. I mean, the actual official like photo
Yes,
shoots or
yes,
whatever. I mean, I'm
yeah.
sure a lot of that's arranged by.
Oh, yeah,
you
no.
know, by the photographer, or do you get them?
Actually, I get them. You
get 'em? Awesome. There you
Actually, I show. It's like because I have a ton of photographers I work with. I work with my friend Robert Trayborn Dinkus. He's a really good photographer, and he's finally becoming a full photographer. Awesome for him.
Yeah, okay.
And I've worked for him for a couple of years, and he is a really good guy.
Yeah, he's.
And it's sort of my resume, and then I go online on Facebook and I find some new models, and I say, hey, look what I've done before, and they're like, oh, I want to shoot with you, no problem. And then how I usually pay the models, I make them a prop or something like that.
Okay.
So it makes it
you
easy.
work
I
for
don't
trade.
have-
Yeah.
I don't have to actually pay them. It's like, I mean, every once in a while we've had some paid shoots. But what's kind of nice is that I make them a prop, and they're happy with it, and they're like, as long as and it goes, yeah, you can keep it after the shoot, and they're like,
That's awesome.
I will work with you. I have no
Okay,
problem.
that's cool. I
So-
mean,
so
because I'm now it's like I
Yeah.
see these women and your pictures and everything. It's like I never see them at the conventions. Where are these girls? You
Yeah,
know?
just maybe every once in a while. Maybe I bring them every once in a while to convention every once in a while, and they come for a little while. But mostly they're like, no, we're
Yeah,
just
they're
private
actual models. Okay.
The actual models. As a matter of fact, I saw a friend of mine. Actually, she was here she was here actually yesterday at a booth, and,
Okay.
and she was actually dressed up a little bit in steampunk. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool because I kind of mess around with photography a little bit. I'm nowhere
Right.
near being a professional.
Right.
But you know,
Yeah.
and when I see stuff like that, I just get intimidated. It's like, I'm never gonna be that good. So
Right, I know everybody's always telling me, how do you get these pretty girls to take pictures? Because I ask them.
Yeah, you ask
and
them.
try not to be creepy.
That's the hard part.
Yeah,
That's the hard part.
Yeah, and especially with the Dark Professor character, he is creepy. and I'm
But at least
thinking,
you're in a costume, and they kind of get what's
he
going
loves
on.
The
Yeah.
ladies, so he was always like the ladies guy. He's like, okay, so I said. Well, and I see, because I'm always like a really quiet guy in normal life.
So you put on the costume, it brings it out, huh?
Because I'm a real instructor in real life. I'm a really, I'm a real like I see, I teach college.
Okay.
And now
What do you teach?
I actually teach on how to fix computers.
Okay.
And also the networking systems. Most of my actual students are ex-veterans.
Okay.
Yeah, who came from the Persian Gulf War, and now they've done their duty, and now they're like they need to get into the civilian world, and now
they're looking for a trade. Yeah.
And now they need to we only know what to do in the military. So I teach them how to be in the civilian world and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know how to work all your little gadgets and make them light up and everything. 'Cause you're electronics.
Exactly. And my Dark Professor is sort of an evil version of me, sort of like my Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I always find when I dress up like I'm dressed up right now in my
Right.
steampunk outfit, I feel a little bit more confident with myself.
Yes,
but I'm
yes.
still not that
I know.
suave. I don't have any
Right.
game.
I know.
You know, I don't think I can get the ladies like you do.
I know.
You know?
Everybody in my like I work with and I've seen these with the intrepid people, and one of the leaders is Shannon McCarthy and actually Scott Ludd. They both are the two kind of leaders, and I'm the third leader as one of the group. And I remember I was like everybody, and they know me personally. They remember when I was a shy guy, when I was getting into this, and they. And they're like, no, we need Dark Professor to be out there as a model and the spokesperson and the role model. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm like,
what are you doing?
I'm like, look, I'm okay getting in front of a class teaching it, and then when we started the group, within a week, they told me, oh, by the way, Marco, you're going to be in front of an entire panel of like 100 people, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, it's like. Because I'm like, yes, I'm a teacher, but my classes are under like 20 people or something.
Right. And I know that stuff that I'm teaching.
I know that's not what I'm teaching, and they're like, well, we're gonna put you in front of like 100 people, and I'm like, thanks, Shannon.
Like Steampunk 101 kind of panel.
Yeah,
Like
it
those
was
are the
Steampunk
hardest
101.
ones to do sometimes.
Oh God, and
I've
you
been
have to talk. I know, and I'm used to having lectures for and I lecture for 3 hours almost every day. I cannot lecture for freaking 1 hour,
On
and I'm
steampunk.
like, what can I think of?
Yeah, because I've been to a couple of Steampunk 101s out of curiosity.
Yes.
And some of them are kind of awkward.
Yes. Yeah. And you're
I'm like, oh,
I know,
man.
you're like, what can I really talk about? And I had to make a whole outline. I'm like, look, I'm gonna make an outline. I have it on my phone. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty funny.
But yeah, it's like, oh, man. So you've been about 6 years, you say. What conventions have you? I mean, I know
Oh, my
I've seen
God.
you. I've seen you around at a lot of
done-
conventions. We run into each other quite a
Right.
lot.
I mean,
There was
in
that
terms-
Etherfest here in San Antonio that
I
one year.
remember Etherfest.
Was it
They had it
Etherfest?
for about 3 years.
I only went to one. I think I went to the last one.
Yeah, you went to the last one. The last one, unfortunately,
It was small.
Really small. It was kind of very
Very
sad, and I was like, it was actually close to here.
Yeah,
actually.
it was. It was really
actually
cool.
right here in the hangar.
That hotel was perfect for my
Yeah.
for my group.
Right.
Because they had a bunch of Roosevelt stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
And the bar was called the Roosevelt Bar.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's like our home base.
Right,
but,
right,
but
yeah.
of course we
Yeah.
live in Austin, so we can
Yeah,
come out.
yeah, it was right
That
in
was a
the
great.
Mangar.
I love that place. We felt
Yeah.
right at home.
Yeah, the mango was really nice. The ones before, I can't remember what the last hotel that they were. It was really good. It was very Victorian.
Yeah, it was a great hotel.
It was a haunted one, but it was really small. And then the other steampunk ones I've been to.
What's
it
that?
was the one in Austin that I was actually run by Jimmy Hayward and his partner. I can't remember his partner.
Yeah, I forget that one was called.
Yeah.
Did you
it
go
was
to
the
Unobtainium?
Corrupted Cogs.
Corrupted Cog, yes. Yeah, I remember. I seen you
Yeah.
there. You had a table there with a model.
Yeah, yes, I had a table there with a model. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I was there.
I had my booth babe.
Did you? She was hot.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you went to Unobtainium. Showdown at Unobtainium.
No, I didn't get to go to
That was a
one.
blast. That was a fun one. Oh, we're gonna have to take a quick break. I think
Okay.
our food is here, so I'm
Let me
gonna
take a quick break.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take a stop
Okay.
here. Okay, we took a little quick dinner break there, and now we're back. I completely forgot what we were talking about. I think we were talking about your modeling.
Yes, I think on the modeling part. Yeah, I forgot to. Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I mean, I think we should. I think we should do a shoot together. I mean, either I can be your apprentice or maybe a rival. Some kind of setup like that.
Of course.
Because you see my hat. I got a hat with a bird on it.
Yeah.
Kind of
and
pointy
of
like
course,
yours.
and then I'll bring all the pretty girls, of course.
Yes, well, yeah, of course we have the
Exactly,
girls.
You gotta have all the girls.
I don't want to just be with you.
I know. You're like, yeah, sure, I'll bring some.
But even if there wasn't any girls, I think there's got to be some kind
yeah.
of. There's got to be some kind of collaboration we can do.
Sure, of course.
I mean, I'm just doing this because I'm trying to get out there. I want to be seen and heard. Just because it's fun, that's why I'm doing part of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast.
Right, of course.
It's starting to get out there. We're almost to 100 likes. Come on,
Okay,
people,
cool.
let's go to
Come
my
on.
Facebook page and like us.
More,
Texas Steampunk Connection.
Come on.
In fact, somebody just liked me a little while ago. Not me,
really?
but the connection.
Oh, awesome.
The connection. Because I've been handing out cards over here at the
Yes.
Comic-Con that
Yes.
we're at. Alamo City Comic-Con.
Alamo City.
Huge, a lot bigger
Yeah.
than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, it is. It is I think it easily
Yeah, it is
see
full.
30,000 people.
There's
something like that,
absolutely
yeah.
no parking left in downtown area.
No parking left. Plus, I know there's other conventions going on right now,
Yeah, that
which had
didn't
nothing
help.
to do with
Yeah.
Comic Cons at all.
That did not help at
And
all.
then I think people are actually having weddings in this hotel that we're at. I'm thinking that's the
It's
worst time to have a wedding
just
right
crazy down here right now.
Yeah.
I almost gave up. I almost
Oh,
gave
you
up
did?
and
You
turned
almost
out.
gave up?
I was like, I gotta go. I mean, I can't find parking. I gotta go. But I said, okay, I'm gonna try this one more parking lot.
Okay.
If there's no parking there,
Thank God.
there's nothing left. I
Glad you
gotta
came, man.
go.
I know.
And plus, I was sitting
Yeah.
in traffic. It took me a long time to just turn this one turn.
One turn, right.
And that's when I was really, I gotta go. But it's like I couldn't even get out of here if I wanted to because I'm
Right.
stuck in traffic.
Wow.
But I found that one parking lot. Boom.
And you're like, okay, great.
And then there was some other people attending the con at Park there,
Right.
and they were nice enough to offer me to help to ride along in their Uber to get to the convention
Nice.
center.
Nice. Good.
Now my problem is finding my way back to my car.
Finding your way back to your car, that's going to be fun. Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I would really like to collaborate with you in some kind of photo shoot of some
of
kind.
course, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to do the photo. I don't want to be the photographer. I
Right,
want to be
right.
in the pictures.
Oh, no. I
Although-
can find plenty of photographers.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, yeah, a couple of my, I think I saw a couple of photographer buddies over here at the con.
Yeah, because like I do photography myself, but like I said, when I see the pictures that you put out there of your friends, I just feel intimidated. I'm just now learning how to do green screen.
Oh, okay, nice.
I have a green screen set up, and I can get if I get your picture, I can put you in a green screen setup. It's really fun.
Cool.
In fact, I'll be doing that next weekend. Of course, by the time this is out, it'll be last weekend. Wimberley Flood Gauges are having a little sale / show thing going on in Wimberley.
Oh yes, yeah. I
That's
think
next
I went
weekend.
to Wimberley. I think one time. Yeah, they're actually like, hey, there's steampunk people out here in Wimberley. I
Yeah,
didn't even know.
and they're trying to
Yeah.
do something every month.
They actually have a whole community of steampunk.
Yep.
I was kinda
Last
so
time
surprised,
they had teapot racing last month.
Yeah.
This month they're doing a little sale / show. I don't know what their show's gonna
Right.
encompass. They asked me to be the photographer there, so I'm gonna set up a little
Right.
booth,
Yeah,
get a little green screen going. It'll be fun.
yeah. It's
Of course,
kinda, yeah.
like I said, by the time I release this podcast, that'll be in the past. So.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of sad here. Let's see in San Antonio, we used to have a ton of steampunk people.
I know.
We still have some groups, but
There's a group I met last weekend, the Zen Army.
yes, yeah, the Gen Army.
The
yeah,
Gen Army.
Yeah, Gen Army. Yes, those guys are still doing it. And I was surprised because they were gone for a while. They were gone for a whole year.
I never heard of them until recently, and apparently
Yes.
they've been around a while.
They've been around for a long time. Actually, they've been at least good 5 years or so. They were, but I haven't seen them done anything for a while because I know one of like the main leaders had some major, I think some medical issues, and she had to step out of it for a while. And then finally, and they were like, "Hey, Marco, we're still doing it." I'm like, "Really? You guys are still doing it?"
Yeah,
And I'm
we-
like, I'm not the only steampunk person around here.
Yeah, we ventured
Yeah.
down last weekend, or last Saturday
Yeah.
meetup, just to meet them, just to see
Yeah.
what was going on.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
really nice people.
Real nice man.
And the deli, they made it a little deli, which is kind of weird, but
Yeah.
the food there is awesome. You
Yeah,
know, so-
yeah. They actually.
And
yeah,
the owner
they
is
meet
really
them.
friendly.
Right. I can't remember his name. What was it?
Oh man, my mind just went blank. Yeah, but he was
Right, yeah.
so friendly,
Yeah.
and he was so confident with his food. It was.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he's like, if you don't
Yeah.
love it, you don't have to pay for it.
Right.
Not if you don't like it. I mean, if you like it, if you think it's okay, you have to love it.
Okay.
Is how he
Okay.
put it.
Okay. Well.
You don't have to pay for it if you don't love it.
Right.
And well, I wound up paying for the food because it was good.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad
So
you
I
did
mean,
that.
they knew who you were, obviously.
Yes,
So have you
yeah.
gone and have you gone with their Saturday meetups on occasion?
I think
or-
I went in like maybe one. It's been a while since I've seen it because I didn't even know that they were still doing it. And then
Okay.
I got a call from the leader going, "Hey, you want to come by?" He goes, "Unfortunately, you're getting me on the weekends where usually I'm always kind of
You,
busy.
you
at
got something going on.
And it's like, yeah, either Comic Con or some other kind of con or whatever's going on. Because I mean, especially here in Texas, I mean, hell, there's always like
There's always something going on.
there's always a convention going on either here in San Antonio or in Austin, or
Yeah.
something in Houston or something in Dallas. Boy, I mean, there's tons of conventions. I remember way back in the '90s. I remember going to one of my very first. I think it was like a Star Trek convention, and they
I
came
used to
here-
go to those here in
and
San
they
Antonio,
actually
yeah.
came here to San Antonio.
Yep.
And it was like the biggest thing.
Yep.
I mean, it was like one, maybe two the whole year,
Yeah.
and it was 200.
I used to go
Yeah.
to Star Trek conventions here in San Antonio
Now
all
it's
the
like,
time.
oh my god, there's so many cons. I'm like, okay.
And the problem is like the Star Trek people don't come to San Antonio very often anymore, or even Austin. You know.
Yeah, I think I went to one con in Austin where they had the whole cast of the Next
Yep, I
Generation.
missed that
but
one.
it
That was last year,
It
yeah.
was like, and then they're getting very expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah, they are.
They're getting
I
really
s-
expensive and competitive.
Yeah, the last little convention I came here to San Antonio, it had Michael Dorn,
Yes.
who played Worf, obviously, and
Yeah.
Tony Todd, who played his brother,
Right.
and a couple of other, and Richard Hatch, and
Richard Hatch, oh,
there was
yeah,
another
yeah,
Richard. I forget his
yeah.
last name, but he's
He
a
was
big sci-fi guy.
Yeah, that was Texas Comic Con, right?
Yeah, the little one
Yeah.
over off of 410.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, that's a tiny one compared
was
to
tiny.
now these.
But but the fact that that they
Megacons.
had Klingons there or Worf was
Yeah.
there is why I have a batlith and I had that autographed
yeah.
by them, and that
Yeah.
was cool.
I do
I
like-
spent a lot of money getting that bat
Right.
signed.
I am a fan of the tiny cons. I know some people don't like them because they're like, "Oh, it's a waste of time coming here." But actually, it's more intimate.
Yeah, I didn't have to wait in line.
compared to like right now Alamo City, where it's
Yeah, you
like,
could
"Oh
barely-
my God!"
You could barely walk 5 feet without bumping into somebody. There's
so
many people.
here, and the tons of people, and then with all the construction they have now,
It's just crazy.
even worse. It's like so, but I was actually one thing I was surprised at the Alamo City here. There's a ton of steampunk people. I actually
Yeah.
saw some. I know you didn't see too
I
many.
haven't
but
seen very many yet. I've seen a
but-
few.
I was surprised. I was like, yes, my fellow steampunk people. And of course, I'm not dressed up in steampunk
Of course not.
today.
You don't know me now.
Yeah, I'm doing Doctor Strange today. Yeah.
Right. I hope to go back out there and see some more. I have plenty of my cards I want to hang out, hand out, and get people.
There were some really good guys out there, and yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was like, hey, people are doing some steampunk.
Mm-hmm. I find the steampunk community is a lot friendlier than other
Right.
communities.
Yes.
I mean, nothing against the cosplayers.
Right.
You know, but a lot of
Yes.
times
I've been in
they
all of
don't.
them.
They won't talk to me. You know, or they're. I don't know if they're snotty or shy or what, but they don't. You know, I try to strike up conversation, and they're like, you know,
Yeah.
they don't want to have it. You know.
It's kind of up and down. I've even seen some pretty snotty people, even in the steampunk
I haven't had that
community.
experience
Yeah,
with steampunk yet.
Oh, I've been through the whole genre
Really?
because,
Okay.
especially me being a bad guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh boy, you'd be surprised that people really get into it, and I've had people even send me nasty emails and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my god,
like they're supposed to be in character or something. or-
well, not even in
Or they took
character.
it personal?
I've even personal, or like, man, we hate you. That why do you?
Holy
do that?
crap,
And
yeah.
I'm like, you know, it's a character, right? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but
I find that odd. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't put on a character.
Uh-huh.
When I dress up, I'm a little bit more confident, but I'm still me.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't role play and I don't
Yeah.
really cosplay.
No,
I never got into that.
No, me
you
and
know.
my dark group, we've seen it all.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, we've got some hardcore people where they're like, man, they were just really into it, and I'm like, you know, we're
We're just playing,
we're
right?
just playing characters, but no, we've had some people even ban us from like groups and stuff like that.
Wow.
Where they're like, yeah, we don't want you back, and they're like, no, because
What did you do to get banned? I mean,
because we're too evil.
You're
And
too
they're like-
evil.
and
What were
they're
you
like-
doing that was evil?
And I'm like, no, but our characters, our characters kill people. It's like, yeah, I mean, our characters have actually killed like civilizations.
That doesn't make okay.
I
That's
know,
taking it.
but-
Wow,
but-
that's
but what's
you know, it's just make believe, people.
and maybe they, but what's
They didn't really kill anybody.
Yeah, I know. But what's really funny though, I've had some steampunk people actually came up to us and go, you know what, we're tired of our character. Can you kill us off? And we killed the character off, and then we got a bunch of, oh, why did you kill that character off? We were following them, and I'm like, because they told us
They didn't want to play anymore.
They didn't want to play anymore, or they either wanted to get out or change the character.
Wow, you see, I've never seen this part of steampunk because I don't do the role playing part.
We've seen the dark part.
I mean,
yeah.
when I do, I mean,
Yeah.
the live action role playing I've done was the medieval recreation.
Oh, right.
You know, AmpGuard, HFS.
Right.
I never got into SCA because they were just those guys are just too big and they'd kill me.
Oh no, we've gone into the whole.
Yeah, I find that weird.
Most of our LARPing that we've done is pretty much online. Like we've done
man,
a lot of those.
There's no
online
res-
people. I
That's
know.
ridiculous. Online
Ooh.
can just get out of hand in
It
general.
does. It gets way out of hand, and we've got like all those what do you call it? See the administrators. They go and they get pissed off at us and they ban us, and they're like, and they're like, wait a minute. See, your characters are too powerful. Your characters do that, and I'm like. Well, yeah, because pretty much we're the only bad guys. Pretty much we're fighting against an entire army of.
But who gave you that power? I mean,
It was kind of them, yeah. It was them because one of our one of the main weapons that we created in this RPG stuff was the Hammer of Thor, and it's basically a Tesla cannon. And what
Okay.
it does, it orbits around, and it pretty much glasses anything it
Wow.
actually sees.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, you're doing too much. Doing too much of the god moding and stuff like that. It's too powerful. I'm like, yeah, but you guys have an entire airship battle. How many war trains out there? One. Yeah, we have pretty much us, you know, and the rest of the order people kind of like airship Isabella kind of went away. So we were the only left of the order. So I'm like, yeah, we only have one war train against an entire, like everybody's all airship pirates.
Wow. Okay.
We have to have like the biggest guns.
I guess one of the cons in Austin I went to, one of the first cons in Austin that I went to, and it was, I think it was a first year con, might have been a second year con, I don't remember, but it was the first steampunk con I went to. And yeah, there was some people claiming that they were LARPing there.
Oh yes.
But it did not impress me. I gotta say, it didn't impress me at all. Especially when they did a little panel about LARPing, and all they were talking about was like, well, if I'm an asshole to you, it's because I'm in character.
Right.
It's like, well, okay, I understand that, but if I'm not in character, then
There
don't be
we
an
go,
asshole.
be an asshole, yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's why I tell people when I'm not a dark professor, like if I take the mask off and I'm like, I'm just Marco, I'm just here and just chilling out. Everybody knows me as a nice guy. Everybody knows me how I'm all friendly. Okay, and he says, but now when I'm with the group, they say, okay, they want me back as Dark Professor character. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna be the asshole again. Yeah. But I try to always tell, okay, I'm in, and then I go, okay, I'm taking a break.
Or especially if somebody approaches you that's not playing.
Right.
You know, why be, you know, you can kind of explain to them, okay, I'm in character, this is my character, blah, 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 but, you know.
Oh man, my favorite LARPing of all time is that it was a couple of years back at the San Japan. Actually it was here. I don't know if it was this convention center or the Marriott. We did the whole Scar versus Order thing. We did the full. I mean, it was packed with steampunk people.
Awesome.
Boy, I gotta tell you this.
I had no idea San Japan was that big steampunk.
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
After
Okay.
that, it was
They
not
did
anymore.
not want you back or something?
They didn't want us back.
Wow.
Because we took over the con. They were so upset. I was like, I mean, the anime kids were pissed off at us.
Wow.
Because there was like, I gotta tell you, there's at least 100 steampunk people in there. It was
That's
a
impressive.
lot of people. It was like the size of a full con. And we went there, and boy, I mean, it was full Scars versus Order there. And we were all in the character, and this was my first time ever LARP because I never really done the LARP, and this was even before I even had my people of the Intrepid, so I was pretty much Dark Professor just on my own. And I remember it was in the middle of summer, we're all hot and everything, we're there, but Airship Isabella were in full character, and they were both head to head, the scars, and we took over the whole con. And boy, we got so many dirty looks from like every other anime kids. They were not happy with us because they were like, "Wait, why are you guys here?
Wow.
Why are you guys like?
Right, that's not anime.
That's not anime. Why are you guys are taking over?" But that was actually one of the best. We were in full characters
That's
in that
cool.
one. And I gotta tell you this, everybody was in acting mode. Some people were screaming and yelling, and all the anime people were so freaked out, going, "What the hell is going on here?" Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, you would have. I think you would have had fun at the Showdown in Unitanium, because that was basically we built a little town
Okay.
out in
I heard
some,
about that
in
one,
some
yeah.
guy's field, and
Right.
basically the whole setup was Tesla and Edison
Oh yeah.
were
Yeah.
there
I'm
because
always a
they
Tesla
found
guy.
the Unitanium,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there
yeah.
was factions between Tesla versus Edison,
Cosplays.
and
yeah.
I was one of the actors out there,
Yeah.
and I was playing a gambler, and but anyway, it was fun. I was only able to be there Saturday because I had to leave Saturday night or Sunday to. I have a new job. I had to fly out for training, but I missed Sunday. But I'm told it was
Right.
fun too. But people have still talked about it years later.
Right.
It's never going to happen again.
No. I guess they're
Well, mostly because the people who organized it burned out, and that
Oh,
was
they
it,
did?
and
Yeah.
they didn't want to do it anymore. And one of them
Right.
even moved out of state. So
I remember one of the local, the Texas, the steampunk cons that was really good. Oh god, I can't remember. It was in Austin. It was something called Cogs something, but I can't remember. It wasn't
Cog
the
something, not corrupted cog.
It wasn't the Corrupted Cog. It was one of the cogs. It was their first con. They did really well. They booked Steam Power Direct.
Yes, that's the first one I went to.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
and
the one
I can't remember what it's called. But,
I don't remember,
But it's
yeah.
already been years ago.
Yeah.
That was a really good con.
It was a good one.
They organized it really well.
That's the first time I saw Steam Powered Giraffe.
Yeah,
They were awesome.
And I know the first year I would say the second year Easter Fest was really good. After that, it went pretty
downhill.
much down. And I got to tell you this, that the only really big steampunk convention here, I think it's the one up in
The Steampunk November that's happening. I'm told that's the biggest one of the year.
That's
Yeah.
the only one that really. That's pretty much the only one left.
Yep,
And
the
it's
only
kind
one
of
left.
sad because
It is very sad.
I know. I wish there was some more stuff here in Texas. As a matter of fact, here actually in San Antonio, we actually have a steampunk hotel.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the Hotel Emma. I don't know if you've been there.
I think so.
It is awesome. It
Yeah.
is beautiful, but it is so freaking expensive.
Of course,
But
yeah.
it would be the most perfect steampunk convention of
It
them
would
all.
be.
I mean, it is Victorian. It has industrial everything. It actually has a boiler room, ballroom.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that would be
They
great.
actually have
Yeah.
a bar made out of boilers. Actually
That
made
is awesome.
out of beer vat boilers. And you can sit in the lounge in there. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this would be a perfect steampunk
It would be.
convention. And I remember I was trying to get Jimmy Hazelwood, the one who does Corrupted Cogs, to come and do it. No way. It was like literally they actually wanted like I think like 40,000 just to
Wow.
get started.
That's insane.
And it was
Yeah.
like, well, this is not a wedding. Yeah,
Right.
it's not like
Putting on a convention is not cheap. I'm told.
I'm thinking, but if I was a millionaire, I would so do a convention.
Yeah, being a millionaire makes a big difference.
It is a perfect place to do a convention there. But God, man, I was like, it would be so awesome to do a convention there. But
Yeah, because I went to a convention in Vegas. It was a
Right.
symposium.
Oh.
No, Steamathon. Steamathon. It was their second year,
oh, the Steam is on, yeah.
and it was in the hotel off the downtown strip.
Oh,
And
I
it
know
was
what
a
you're talking about.
beautiful hotel. It was
Right.
perfect for it. He could not have found a better
He's
place.
a sort of kind of like Western-y a little
Yeah.
bit. It was,
Yep. That's and the person who put it on was Doc Phineas,
yeah. I've
and
heard
he's
about him.
he's very, very rich.
Oh,
And that's
yes.
the only way he
Okay.
was able to put on that
Yes.
con, because
I-
I'm almost certain he lost money on that con, but he was
Yeah.
okay with it. He didn't care.
Yeah, because I seen that Doc Phineas. I think he's showed up. I think even in
Yeah, he's been on TV.
on the Pawn Stars, right? I
Yep,
think I've
he's
seen
been
him
on Pawn
there, yeah.
Stars. Yep, that was
Yeah,
him.
He's done. Yeah,
That's him.
Every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, and I chatted with him on Facebook.
Yep. Apparently, they're not doing it this year or 2017 because there's construction going on in the hotel.
Oh, really?
They're redoing the hotel or
Oh,
something,
okay,
so
yeah.
there's no room for the convention.
Yeah.
That's why it's not happening
I
in
know. I have
2017.
not done a steampunk con outside of Texas
one at the-
because there's so many here in Texas. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
talking about steampunk, but
You go to
so
different
many,
conventions.
different
I'm strictly
conventions.
a steampunk kind of guy.
Right.
I'll go to comic conventions obviously because I like those, but
Right.
I don't go to them all.
Right.
But definitely I recommend if the one in Vegas happens again.
Uh-huh.
I highly recommend it. It was fun. I met a lot of people. Everyone was friendly.
Right.
It wasn't a huge con,
Right.
but the fact that it's even when the things wrapped up or the
Right.
con was starting dying down, hey, there's the Vegas downtown strip. Let's go
course.
have fun out there.
Exactly, yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
it was a blast.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to like the Tesla Con. That's the one I've been wanting
hear about
to go
that.
to because I've also cosplayed as Nikolai Tesla
Awesome.
as well. I've done him as well. Yeah, and I think I did a photo shoot with me and the whole Nikolai Tesla stuff since I sort of have his little bit looks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I did the whole looks of him too.
So what? Okay, so you have the Tesla, you have your Dark Professor, you have your Riddler.
Steampunk Riddler.
What other steampunk costumes is that it? Or?
Let me see. In terms of, I've done like Diesel Punk. I've done the Diesel Punk Riddler. I've done the
Okay.
Diesel Punk Riddler. I've done a sort of kind of like Diesel Punk, sort of kind of like World War II kind of flying ace type of guy, and I had kind of like the jetpack from Jimmy.
I want to build a jetpack. I'm putting together an outfit like that. I want to build a jetpack for myself.
I had Jimmy. He would actually give me his jetpack for a while.
Nice.
And I had it for a while, so I had that one. I'm trying to think. I've also do a lot of like sort of diesel punk. Let's see, noir shoots.
I've seen those. Those are pretty cool looking.
I do sort of kind of. I try to mix it up. I'm trying to think of any other steampunk ones I've actually done. Oh yeah, and I have just a regular on my everyday steampunk.
You're
where it's just
casual.
the casual, just more of a brown coat and everything. And Mom kind of did that one. Let's see, last year. And let's see, she found a pattern in simplicity pattern.
Okay.
She was like, "Hey, do you want me to make you a steampunk coat?" I was like, You're right. I don't think I don't have a normal steampunk. It's just regular brown. I'm thinking, yeah, I never do brown. Yeah, I'm always doing all different kinds of different colors instead of brown.
But no brown.
I know, and I think, okay, I guess we'll do a brown one. So I finally did a brown one. Yeah, I did.
Nice.
I did a regular steampunk, but in terms of like, I think those are my other ones. But then I have a whole line of other cosplays. You see me today in my new.
Yeah, you just did
let's
Doctor
see,
Strange today,
Doctor
and
Strange
he nailed it. It's a good one.
Ah, yes, yeah. Took me a couple of months. Mom was doing a lot of sewing. Mom, nope, it wasn't right. We had to
Do
I
it
don't
again.
know how many times we had to take that costume apart.
Wow.
Because when the movie previews came out, when they announced Benedict Cumberbatch, and I've actually cosplayed him before. I cosplayed him when he was Khan.
Okay.
Actually, in the Star Trek Into Darkness, I've done the whole Khan version of him, and I said, okay, since I kind of have his features, I'm going to go ahead and do Benedict Cumberbatch. And I said, because I have never done a Marvel character. I've always done DCs all the time.
Right.
And so I said, okay, I've done the Joker, Riddler, I've done all those. And I said, okay, let me do finally a good guy again. And I'm going to do Doctor Strange. And yeah, boy, that took a while because I was looking at the outfit. And it was like very little teaser photos.
Yep.
So it finally, like as the months rolled on, they finally started showing more photos, and I found a good website that a friend of mine who's also into steampunk. She was showing me, hey, look, there's a good website that finally broke the costume in all in pieces. And I was
Awesome,
like,
yes.
oh my!
So you had a
freaking
template
Lord,
to go with.
How many pieces are in this thing? And I said, let's not go too crazy in there.
Just need the outer layer to
I
look
just
right.
need a good kind of good base.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna make it screen accurate. I mean, even though it's pretty close, but
Yeah, it looks good.
oh, but believe me, it's the screen accurate one is a ton of layers on there, and I was like, nah, it's okay. Let me kind of keep the layers as best as I can, even though it is a lot of layers already on mine. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I can't think of anything else to talk about at the moment, so I think we should probably just wrap it up here.
All right.
Like I said, I don't know. Have you liked us on Facebook yet? The Texas Steampunk Connection.
Yes, I
Okay.
have.
Awesome.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Everyone's
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
welcome. No good guys, no bad guys. Just be yourself.
All right.
No drama allowed on my Facebook. There's no role playing.
Yes.
It's just strictly for information. But yeah, thank you very much for sitting down and talking with me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Once again, like I said, this is going to be episode 15, and it'll be released later in the month, probably the weekend of Steampunk November, which means I don't have to record in Steampunk November. I can just
Okay.
let this one go.
Okay, cool.
Of course. Oh man, you heard of Frenchie and the Punk? Frenchie and the Punk?
Oh, Frenchie the Punk, yes.
They're going to be there. They're going to
Oh,
be
they're
there
gonna
on
be there?
Saturday night.
Yeah,
I've had dinner with them, and when I went to Comic Palooza a few years
Right.
ago, and they were in Vegas. We had them there. We talked to them. I'm gonna try to get an interview with them. That's gonna be so awesome.
So we can try to interview. It's too bad that she's not here because she actually went to New Orleans. But Jessie, she's also a big steampunk leather worker. She finally moved back to Santa. She was in El Paso. she moved here to San Antonio. She's definitely somebody you definitely want.
Okay, yeah. So hook me up with her information.
I will. Yeah.
And let her know that I'll be contacting her.
Okay.
But yeah, again. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, yeah, it was good. It was good to talk to my fellow steampunk people again. Yeah.
Once again, this was a Dark Professor or the Steampunk Riddler.
Come back to San Antonio again. I need you people back again. Yeah.
You can just move to Austin. Austin's a
I
great
don't like
place.
any other traffic. I hate the Austin traffic, man.
Well, I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
No, not the traffic.
I love Austin anyway.
Yeah.
All right, and we like to say until next time, mind your gauges. Okay, so that was the Dark Professor. I hope you enjoyed that interview.
That was interesting.
You got to look into how he became the Dark Professor and a little bit of going on behind the scenes with the Isabella crew.
I don't think I've ever heard him speak so much.
Yeah, he's actually pretty shy normally, but it helps. He helps when he's in costume. He says.
That makes sense.
And that's how it works for me too. Okay, so as I was saying. It is currently November 27, 2016. So if this is way past this and past December, then you probably don't need to listen to the rest of this because we're going to talk about what's coming up this month, steampunk-wise.
If this is still, if this isn't dated yet, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You're not going to hear our show until after Christmas from here. So.
Well, no, we're going to have one more in December.
One more.
It'll be
Merry Christmas. Never mind.
In 2 weeks we'll have one more podcast. Then after that, the 2 weeks after that is Christmas Day. So
happy shopping season.
So we'll probably only have one in December, and then we'll take a small break for Christmas, and then start up again in January.
I'm for having a.
You want a Christmas
show.
one?
Yeah, I mean you'll be hearing it the day after Christmas, but
true.
We'll have jingle bells and
we'll have to
and drinking.
We'll have to work out the timing.
Holiday drinking.
Woohoo! Okay, we'll figure something out. We'll see. Just stay tuned, as they say.
So now we're going to talk about the upcoming events that you need to be aware of, or will be fun.
Right.
If your holiday isn't completely shopping.
And if you want a break from shopping, some of these would be good to go to as well.
For sure. Yeah.
So the first one coming up right away is this Thursday, December 1st, and that's the Steampunk Mixer at the Light Factory in San Marcos.
Steampunk Lamp Factory. We've talked about this a couple of times already.
Because we've been there a couple times already.
This is, I think, the third and the last
of the year. Yeah.
Of the year until February.
I think that's what he was saying. Yeah.
No December. No December. Will it be December by then?
It'll be December by then. Well, it's actually the 1st of December, so.
Okay, technically December. It's hardly December, and then nothing till February. So. Get in on this. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot of nice people. They have hors d'oeuvres. They got some beer. They got music.
Live music. Last time they had live glass blowers out in the front, right there in the square. Their lamps are super cool.
Definitely.
And a lot of fun people that are interested in steampunk that maybe have never gone to a steampunk
thing
or
anything
before.
Else. Yeah.
New faces, very exciting for us old folks. For everybody.
Right.
So yes,
it's always a good time. Unfortunately, it's on Thursday, starting at 7.
Yeah. So you kind of like gotta.
You gotta plan ahead to get there.
Out the door running after work. At least I do.
Yeah, me too. Depending on where I am that day. But that's always a good time. I love it.
Yeah. So shout out to Jim Lehman, the owner of the Steampunk Lamp Factory. Thank you for hosting these gatherings.
Yeah, super nice guy. He really enjoys having us there, and he gives away prizes for costumes too. Some good prizes, some lamps and stuff.
Yeah, and his lamps are not inexpensive.
Exactly.
They're some
So there's your incentive to dress up as well. You might win a prize.
And if you like beer, just down the street there's
that little
brew pub.
That bar.
I hear there's a second brew pub also on the square that we haven't found yet. That has we should
probably look for that.
Cheese dish.
Okay, we need to look for that one.
Yeah. Thursday, where are you? Okay, what's next?
What's coming up? Well, that same weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is Dickens on the Strand down in Galveston. We're thinking we were gonna go to this, but we haven't made any plans to actually go.
Yeah.
So we may or may not be there, depending on what happens.
I feel myself losing steam for the holidays, but we'll see what happens. But Dickens on the Strand has been a lot of fun in the past. It is
yeah, we've talked about it a few times already. Yeah, they have a whole steampunk alley, or section of vendors and stuff as well.
Little quarter of the fair, which actually runs down the Strand, which is a street, and then around the block, and then up the next street over, which I don't know the name of.
Yeah, I mean, there's good shopping, not just the vendors on the street and the. Yeah, but the stores around there are pretty cool.
And handmade stuff from the street. Vendors like Ren Fair, they've got their 10x10s, their booths set up. There's
Christmas carols going on. There's people singing on the street, and I think at one time they had
wine.
I think last time I was there, I remember I missed it. I didn't see it, but they were having bed frame races or something like that.
Yeah. Queen Victoria's bed racing or something. They do that every.
It sounded interesting to watch, but I didn't get. I missed that one.
There's a wild bird.
Oh, should we talk about that real quick? Last time we were there, the guy had his hawk.
Just as we're coming in, he's in the middle of doing his wild bird demonstration with, owls and hawks and things.
And so he's doing his trick, and he sends off his hawk to do something, and it flew, and it kept flying, and he's calling it back, and it kept flying.
And we're just watching it flying off between the buildings
until it was a little dot, and
it gone. And all he could do was sort of stare at it.
It's like, come back,
whistle, spin his little
thing.
Forget
the
it.
Poor guy. It was
done with this.
It was funny and sad at the same time.
It was mostly funny.
I mean, at first it looked like the bird was going after some pigeons, maybe, but it didn't even go. It just flew right past the pigeons. I don't know. That was hilarious. So somewhere in Galveston, there's a hawk flying around.
He might have come back
Eventually, maybe.
Well,
I'm hoping that guy. If the guy stuck around in the same area, he should have come back. But if the guy left anywhere else, who knows? Maybe the hawk can't find him. I imagine that's kind of sad. If he considered that hawk more of a pet, I would feel bad because
Well, it was. All of his birds were rescue animals that were being rehabilitated.
So
and I think
hawk
that one just said, you know what?
I'm rehabilitated.
I feel good. I gotta go.
But yeah, like I said, that is both funny and sad. Depending on how you look at it, it was
funny,
very amusing. But anyway, so things like that could happen. You never know. Dickens on the Strand, always a good time. However, if you don't go to Dickens on the Strand and you stay in town and you're into LARPing, there's another LARP here that we haven't talked. I think we mentioned a couple times, but not very often. Because when we first started, we had some interviews with some LARPers, steampunk LARPing. This is another steampunk LARP. It's a local LARP called Clockwork Souls.
That's the working title.
Clockwork Souls playtest coming up.
Our friend Don McCullough is writing it, and he's still beta testing and developing it, but he's running a beta game that same, what is it, Saturday?
Yep, that same Saturday.
Yeah.
It's going to be, where's the location?
Does it say?
I don't see a location.
Oh dear. Well, the last one was at
in Georgetown, right?
That park in Georgetown. Wow, we're so organized today.
Well, it's not our fault. There's no location on here. But I know, I'll put it up. We'll figure out where it is. But if you want to play test, if you want to help play test,
play a kind of a Wild West steampunk style, very bare bones LARP because he's still
testing it. That's why it's called a play test. Yeah. If you want to,
there's fun people, to meet and chew the fat with, and have a little game. It's fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. We did it once. I had a good time. So that's this weekend. Yeah, this weekend's full of stuff. All right, coming up.
Why, is there another thing?
I think that's it for the weekend. That's just this weekend.
Okay.
So and after that, the next coming thing will be on the 11th. We're having it's called a high noon steampunk adventure at the Ghost Town.
We've been to one of these before.
Had a good time.
In the past, it's been very sociable, kind of a hanging out, playing a little poker.
A little laser tag type
there was
shootout.
A laser tag game. The Jailer in Ghost Town has burgers and beers available, and this fantastic handmade ghost town to explore.
Yeah, they got
it. It was never a real town, but
no.
but a
yeah. So I mean, the guy organizes Scott Keys. He's organizing it. He's got a bunch of games and activities in mind for us to do. There's not going to be any vendors or anything like that. It's just he's just giving it a play. It's not going to almost a play test kind of thing, a scouting of the area, see who's interested in what's up. It's free. It's free to go to. You don't have to buy any tickets or anything. So if you just want to hang out at the ghost town, dress up, and run around with laser guns,
Nerf laser guns, be social,
and be social with us.
Last time we played croquet, that was fun.
That was fun.
Bizarre kind of fun.
I won that one. Got a little trophy too. So he has little prizes and everything for all these games. So he's trying to make it as fun and interesting as possible.
And that is Sunday next, right?
Yes, next to the Sunday 11th.
Okay.
Also, that was a high noon.
Yeah.
Well, also, happening throughout the month there's that Requiem for Tesla.
Oh, yes.
Show that we're definitely gonna go see.
It's here in Austin being performed. It's a theatrical production being performed by the Rude Mechs, or I always know them as the Rude Mechanicals.
But it's been shortened apparently
based on the Shakespeare play.
Apparently it starts December 1st and goes to the 18th.
And it is a play about Nikola Tesla in his older age, from what I understood in the radio spot that I heard. But
Requiem for Tesla is a semi-biographical sci-fi homage to Nikola Tesla, a genius inventor who loves pigeons, hated spherical objects, and was undoubtedly one of the most fascinating and controversial figures of all time. And it goes on. Basically, as Thax put it online, is like, how can we have any steampunk cred and not go see this?
Absolutely. If you're in or near Austin, this has to be done. I'm told that I heard on the radio that there's going to be some special effects for a stage play. That's kind of interesting. Hopefully, thunder and lightning, very, very frightening.
This will be yet another play show that we've gone to. We're becoming quite the play. We're working our way up. We're becoming I don't even know the word. Fancy. We're going to shows and plays and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
So anyway, that sounds like a blast. We definitely got to go see it if you want to keep your steampunk cred.
I'm going to be setting up some dates, one of these Sundays, that we can go as a group. And by we, I mean anyone who wants to join my event. But even if you don't, go see this play at your leisure. They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some nights they have pay what you can, anywhere from $12 to $35 a seat. What you choose to pay. You buy your tickets in advance, but they have ticket listings at a number of different levels, and you get the same thing. But you pay what you can. Don't be cheap. Help them out.
Help them out.
If it's a matter of I can't afford to go unless, do what you can and pay what you can.
Yeah. Well, some of the reviews I've read are pretty damn good reviews. One of them, somebody was like, if this is as good as, because she saw it once before, she goes, if it's as good as it was, she'll fly to Austin to see it again. So somebody wants to fly to Austin to maybe see it again. So that's a good recommendation in my book right there. So I'm looking forward to that. There's another thing. Well, the Wimberley Floodgages are doing it again. There's just a little gathering they're having, Steampunk Christmas, on the 18th of December. They don't have a site yet. I don't know what's going on, but just in case, if you're in Steampunk, if you're in Wimberley or San Marcos or anywhere nearby, look them up. there's phone numbers to call if you want information. But they're gonna have like just a white elephant gift thing, and they're nice people, and they put on they're really trying hard to get the steampunk going on down in there in that area of Texas, which is not too far from Austin, really. But
let me throw in one more thing. It didn't occur to me till just now, but the third Tuesday of the month, where we usually meet.
Can't happen this month or December.
Oh, who says it can't happen?
Oh, well.
Okay, the truth of the matter is,
we can't get the room.
the room we usually use has been reserved for someone else doing something. I don't know what it was. It's not us. But they have a large patio that on a Tuesday night is usually pretty empty.
True. So we can just gather on our own and hang out. Yeah.
And these days we get about 12 people. 15 people if we're lucky. Yep. So the weather's fantastic, hopefully, for being out on the porch. Our theme this month, if you choose to come, check this out. I thought of this. It is the regifting. How do I want to put this?
Regifting an elephant
Regifting
gift?
exchange.
Okay.
So you've gotten a gift from
Somebody.
Aunt Lou last year that you don't want, but it's perfectly good. It's a new thing, but you can't give it to anybody else in the family because they all know that Aunt Lou gave it to you because they all got one too.
So you can't regift it to your family. Yeah.
So your regifting options are very limited. So bring it to the social. We'll all bring our undesirable gifts or gifts that just didn't work out previous years or what have you,
and swap them out. Yeah.
And swap them out, not necessarily as gifts, but as gifts to give our friend, or gifts to give Aunt Lou. Okay, yeah. You swap out Aunt Lou's gift to somebody else, and they give you something that Aunt Lou's gonna love, and you give it to her.
Sounds like a plan. This is
the regifting exchange. I mean, if you want to keep them, what do I care? Yeah, it's a gift for you. It's a gift for Aunt Lou. It's a gift for anyone that.
Yeah, so you're exchanging a gift you don't need or want for something else, and what you do with that something else is up to you.
Yeah. Big trade, gift trading.
Okay, yeah. So that's it's a third Tuesday. So that would be on the 20th of December.
Right. So that's really near Christmas. So this is where the emergency sweating happens. If you need to go to the store and shop on that Tuesday, I understand.
True. Yeah.
But if you are shopped out and burnt out and you need to stop and get a break, and
have a beer with us.
Have a beer with us. Bring in your bum gifts, and at least it'll get them out of your house and you'll have more space. We'll see what happens.
Yep, we'll see what happens. Like I said, once again, that's on the 20th of December. You might want to make
I will make the event before
a little bit sooner than you normally do, hopefully.
Should've.
Well, you have been waiting for the last minute sometimes.
Yeah, my bad.
There's a few other things we want to mention, like we mentioned Dickens on the Strand. There's other Dickens fairs throughout the local areas in small towns.
We realize, of course, that not everybody who's listening is in the state of Texas or in the greater Austin area, which we usually talk about. But no matter where you are,
there's probably a Dickens
in the country,
something going on.
There are small towns with a Dickens fair
or a Christmas fair,
Christmas bazaar, a Yule bazaar,
Trail of Lights.
I think every town that I know of in the state of Texas has a Trail of Lights to go to. These are fantastic places to put on your Victorian wares and get out and enjoy the evening. And
definitely,
people love that. Hopefully, in our area, people love to see people dressed up in your steampunk duds and your Victorian costumes, and they will come up and talk to you and want to know.
Maybe even want to take your picture.
Maybe want to get dressed up too, and suddenly you have got a club. You've got interested people getting together
in your
on
area.
a monthly basis, joining the steampunk movement. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away. Like, hey, go to these Christmas lights and Yule bazaars and things, and dress to the nines. People will love it.
Definitely.
You'll be adding to the ambiance, adding to the experience for everyone, and yeah, people will thank you. It'll be a great time.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's that. Then, well, I don't know if it's. You're going on a cruise next year. It's a steampunk cruise.
Right.
So
in March.
So I'm sure they still have more cabins and tickets available for this.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late, but there is still time to get a berth on the steampunk cruise through the steampunk expedition.
Naval
group.
expedition. Yeah.
That's right, steampunk naval expedition.
And it's on. It's in March.
Yes. Let's go down here. Hogwarts.
See, I personally am not. I am not on this cruise because I have not found a cruise mate. It's a lot better if you have someone else to share a room with.
March 19th through 26th. If you would like to go on this cruise with Flavio in your room.
I'm told I don't snore much. Compared to the people I shared a berth with last time, I don't snore at all.
Those guys snore like
chainsaws.
Yeah,
I didn't get any sleep that whole week.
But we've talked about this cruise before, from March 19th to March 26th on Royal Caribbean out of Galveston. There's still time, I believe, to sign up. Join the Steampunk Naval Expedition 2017 group on Facebook, and there is a link to the information who you need to talk to get tickets and be a part of the group. That way they know that we're all together as a group. They give us extra
probably a discount, and
I don't know if there's a discount, but they do give us like a room for the group to hang out in.
Yeah, right.
Sort of a social
gathering space just for you guys. Yeah.
That not just anybody on a cruise would get to go to, which will be kind of cool. I hope. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens. I've never done this before.
Well, I mean, you've been on cruises before, so I mean,
right, but not.
But now you have a group activity thing going on at the same time.
Yeah. So, if you want to cruise with Flavio.
Well, not just me and a bunch of steampunks, but if you want to share a room,
Flavio in your room,
it's cheaper that way, because getting a room by yourself is not economically.
It's not as advantageous as having two per room, which they assume people will.
So yeah, I'm kind of looking for a cruise mate.
And I can't be your cruise mate because I'm going with my gal.
Yep.
And she wouldn't like it if I ditched her for you. Sorry, bud.
I know. I understand.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right.
I think that pretty much covers everything. I hope you enjoyed the show.
This has been episode 16.
Yep. I believe at the end of the interview with the Dark Professor, I said it was episode 15. I was wrong. I lied. I'm sorry.
When you recorded it, we didn't have.
I thought it was going to be the 15th
in the
episode. Yeah.
So.
But I explained to him before I left him that if I do get an interview with Frenchie and the Punk, I'm going to bump him one episode. So he was understandable. He understood.
Sorry, Marco.
But here you are. You're on. All right. So thank you. Until next time, mind your gauges.
This has been the Texas Steampunk Connection. Music was Doc Brown's Cakewalk by Charles L. Johnson, recorded back in 1899.
Be sure to give us a like at our Facebook page, Texas Steampunk Connection,
where you will find links to related topics on this episode.
Thanks for listening. Until next time, mind your gauges.